This is Greg Noyes of Pacific West Home Inspections, and I'm doing a house today, December 5th, Friday, in Thousand Oaks. The house is built in the 70s, and they're using galvanized pipes, so they haven't done a repipe yet. I'm going to go over. First thing I want to show you today is how to shut off the water. This is an older house built in the 60s or 70s, and they used galvanized pipe when they built the house, and the pipes have not been repiped to copper. At the very front of the house there's a valve that's missing a handle, and that's the main water shutoff. You can see the rust on the galvanized pipes on the exterior here, and there's a pressure regulator, which later I will make sure it's working properly. There's no pressure relief valve on the after the pressure regulator. That's a requirement. Next thing we'll look at is the power, how to shut off the power. At the right exterior of the house is your main electrical panel, and the very top breaker here is your main disconnect. You flip that over to the left side and that will turn off the power. It's 100 amp service, and some of the labeling on the breakers is not distinguishable. It doesn't tell you what rooms the breakers go to. Now, the next thing I want to show you is the gas, how to shut off the gas. So the gas is on the right side of the house, gas meter, and the gas line coming up from the sidewalk here, when the tangs up and down is on. When you turn it 90 degrees, it's off, and you will need to put a wrench or use a wrench here. You can't use your hand. Now, some cities in the county of LA and being in Venturas doesn't apply, but you can get a seismic gas shutoff valve. And it's a valve that will shut off at a 5.4 Richter scale of an earthquake. It's not required, but some people like the added protection. While we're over here, we're going to open up the main panel and check the wire. In the electrical panel, we find that there's solid aluminum wiring feeding the breakers. This is an older type of wiring system, and they found problems with it. The solid aluminum wires by stress cracks will spark, and there will be a problem with them. So it's a recommendation here to rewire to repair all the aluminum. And what they do, they put a copper pigtails on the connections. Electrician will have to go through each outlet, plug, switch, and breaker, and pigtail the connections. The roof is a composition shingle roof, and it's an older roof. And you can see the granular rock is missing from areas. So you're down to the base material here. And I'm at the garage at the right side exposure. And then the very top of the roof, the ridge cap is all deteriorated as well. So I'll bring the camera around. So we've talked about how to shut off the utilities. Next thing we'll speak about the different conditions that we found here at the house. This is a Rampart General fireplace. It's a solid concrete casting. It's built in a factory. You can see this large crack here, and this goes all the way up behind the firebox itself, and continues all the way up to the top of the chimney. Also, the chimney showed movement. It's moved away from the house itself. So you'll have to get a chimney specialist, but from what I've seen so far, it appears to be a tear down, and a new fireplace will need to be installed. On the left exterior of the house, there's several large trees and large root systems, and it's right against the house. And their limbs go over the roof itself. My recommendation here is to remove the trees and also the root system as well. The wood fence on the side is tilted or collapsed. You can see that the posts are damaged. There's an older furnace at the house. There's no, it's original with the house, and there's no air conditioning, central air here. So the furnace, what we'd like to see is, which they've done, there's a hard pipe to the exterior here, and then we'd like to see a sediment trap pipe off this pipe here, and that's missing. So again, it's an older unit, it's original with the house, and they no longer make this type of furnace. And it does get hot here in the summer, so having an air conditioner makes it a lot more comfortable living up here in Thousand Oaks.